What's up, guys? This is the Adult Kids featuring Jesus. He is our fourth member of the Adult Kids LLC.
Sup, people?
This guy's a photographer. I didn't say you can talk yet. All right, go.
Sup, guys? My name is Jesus Camacho. I'm a photographer and videographer. Currently in quarantine, so I can't really do much, but it's okay.
Hey, bitch, that's all of us. And Martine is on here too, lead singer.
What's going on, guys? I am the plug, the one you go to when you want your booty massaged.
The butt plug.
Something like that.
I'm the butt plug. I'm the butt plug to the band. No, in all seriousness, I'm the guitarist and lead vocalist to the band, and yeah, this is our podcast, Kids Talking Shit.
Yeah, so welcome to Kids Talking Shit, where we probably talk shit. So the questions I'm going to ask Jesus are, why is he going to Walmart with his ex-girlfriend?
Listen,
how much
bro.
he usually charges for his services, what he does, how long he's been in it, etc. So, all right, Martine, you want to lead off with a question?
Yeah, man. I guess explain to whoever's listening, to our fans, how you got involved with us.
Ha, fans. Anyways, yeah.
Our only fans. No, just kidding. When it came to... Wait, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm sure you can. So, when it came down to, like, getting to... Not knowing y'all, basically. Just knowing y'all. It was basically that same day at Friday the 13th. I was listening to y'all play. It was fucking lit. Y'all played that Post Malone song, right? Which is fucking cool. And I was low-key expecting a breakdown to it. And I was expecting it, and it didn't happen, which was kind of a sad moment for me. But
Fuck you.
Yeah, no,
I can't play the bass that well.
A breakdown is literally just one note and just chugging it. But regardless, yeah, that was the first time I got to know you guys. Not personally, but like knew of y'all.
I can respect that.
Yeah, we saw Jesus at the show that we were playing, and we were pretty underprepared for it. I think we barely started playing shows with our current drummer, which is Ben, and Jesus was there doing a little video for the event, and this guy was fucking moshing by himself with his camera, fucking taking pictures of us. And I remember him looking at me, and he's like, "No breakdown," and I'm like, "Nah, bro, no breakdown here." I'm like, "We ain't that kind of band. We try to be." Nah, but we didn't really get like much practice. Like that show, that was probably one of the first times we ever played Better Now with Ben, because he's never played it before. We originally like rewrote that song with our previous drummer, George. And I think you would have liked that version better. No offense to Ben, but like the way that George played the drums, man, was it like something you could fucking bop to, and it was fucking crazy.
He's taking full offense right now, bro.
I know, right? Fuck you, Ben.
That's something.
No, but yeah, man. So that was the first time we met, and how did you get further involved with us? What happened after that?
Well, honestly, after that, I was still doing like a couple of like shows in terms of like taking photos and doing videography. A couple months down, not y'all, Martin slid into my DMs, and he was just like, "Hey, would you be down to help us out with a couple of videos for our studio update?" Low-key was a bit hesitant because it was very unexpected, but eventually I freaking just swallowed my shit, and eventually just was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm down."
Yeah, you do swallow, bitch.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, I hit up Jesus because we wanted to try to further our brand as further than just music. So we wanted to go more towards the entertainment area of as a band. You know what I mean? We wanted to push the boundaries rather than just music. So me and Tony wanted to see if we could get you involved in our project, and yeah, ever since then,
What is it, January?
been-
Right?
was it? No, it's
How
December.
long?
Nope, no, wasn't it like late November? I mean December, yeah.
It was like December.
I don't know.
It was like December area, and then that was the first studio update, and then we did it again in January,
hmm
and then me and Jesus have been going back and forth with Charlie, doing the vocals and the guitar and whatnot.
Yeah, and since now most of us are quarantined, we're just doing podcasts. So hooray for that.
Well, this is our second episode, isn't it?
Our second episode, yeah.
Our second
It's a-
episode of the podcast.
So the point of this podcast is to interview people on the team. Next up is probably Ben at one point, and like different members of the RGV scene.
Yeah, we're
I
trying
really
to
want
get as
Ruben.
many people. Yeah, well, Ruben, fuck yeah. I mean, that dude's always down to do fucking podcast. Super cool guy. One of the more well known local musicians.
What about
Yeah.
Jake?
Great.
I talked to him. I talked to him yesterday. He said he just told us let him know when and where, and
You say Drake?
we'll go from there.
Not Drake, Jake.
Drake. Yeah.
Oh, Jake.
Cool, man. So what's your experience been like? I guess working for a team per se, because I feel like you've been an independent photographer for a while, and you've been doing your own thing. But as far as like working with people that could go back and forth with ideas, how are you taking the whole collaboration?
It's been shit. Just kidding. No, but no, but since I was working all basically by myself most of the time, I did have a I guess sort of a team before like I even did anything with y'all. We were actually trying to start a business and whatnot, but that kind of like we just jumped shit, and eventually I met y'all. And going through all this process has been a lot more easier in terms of like ideas. You know what I mean? Usually when it comes to doing like videography shit and taking photos and whatnot, like it's kind of hard whenever like I have to do everything. You know what I mean? When I have to think of the ideas and think of the different shots and whatnot. But when it came to working with y'all were just like, hey, do this, hey, do that, do this and do that. But it wasn't more like do this. It was more like, oh, here's my idea. Let's try this out. And it was a more flowy process than over the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel you.
How long have you been a photographer?
I would say shit since like maybe 2015, I believe. Almost 5 years. Could be wrong. 2016. I don't know, but
Oh, so you're fairly like new as far as I would consider new as far as like it really being a profession.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like what's that saying? Like you have to put 10,000 hours before you're considered like a master at your own craft. You know what I
Right.
mean?
yeah.
So I guess I don't know anything about photography, but I would assume it's the same from almost any hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
There's 8,000
I guess-
hours in a year. So
just depending on how often you do it.
I forgot.
Wait, hold on. 8,000 hours or 10,000 hours?
8,000 or 10,000 hours for the same. There's 8,000 hours in a year.
Okay. But yeah,
In case
It's
you're
been-
wondering.
yeah. No, but like I said, it's been roughly about 5 years. I did start off with like obviously being bad, but throughout the years I progressed and being better
Now
at
you're
my
semi-bad.
craft. Huh?
Now you're semi-bad.
Now you're just semi-bad.
Yeah, now I'm just saying my bad. Exactly. Fuck you, Tony.
Oh my god.
Anytime, baby.
So I mean, I guess with the whole process of being a photographer, like what does that entail? So I mean, besides just taking shooting point, I would assume that there would have to be a process in learning how to edit photos and depending on what kind of visual you want. So tell us how that's like trying to manipulate a photo into the way you want it to look.
Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, when it came to like doing everything by myself, it was always like planning, thinking of ideas, and kind of literally for me personally, I usually drew out some of the shots in the past. Now, obviously, now I just do the whole run and gun kind of thing, but sometimes I don't necessarily want to do that because it can hinder my process when it came to taking photos. So it just really depends on how I feel, I guess. If I, it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna do a whole run and gun and just half-ass it. No, obviously, when I'm sitting there taking photos or moving around taking photos, I have a shot in mind because usually that's how it goes for me nowadays. But if I want to take it a step further and do the like literally the best that I fucking can, I'll spend like maybe like 30 minutes plan out specific ideas first, and then everything else I'll do run and gun. You know what I mean? But regardless,
I got you.
but regardless whether I'm doing run and gun or uh, drawing out ideas, I still try to do 110%, or if not 200%, or how far y'all want to fucking go. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
feel it. I feel you. Um, and I guess another, it's going to be relating to the whole editing process. We did notice that you have your own YouTube channel, so you're familiar with editing, videos and blogs, and I've seen a lot of your personal vlogs or your cover videos, just depending on what that is. Um, how has it been like? I guess editing someone else's video as far as whether it's us or whether it's like a client. Like, what's the process? How do you come up with like what visuals or what you want the audience to see as far as trying to get a visual for whether it's a band or whether it's a client? What's the process like?
Okay, so it really depends on the kind of video. You know what I mean? For instance, for y'all's studio updates, I wanted to like pick out the specific spots where y'all are recording and also having a good time, because that adds more of like a, oh, he's having a good time yet he's grinding out his album and recording the music, so on and so forth. And same thing when it comes to vlogs. I want to kind of have like a one-to-one experience. I wouldn't say sentimental experience because that's kind of weird, but
It's okay.
okay.
You can cry.
No, shut up. But you kind of get the idea of like it just really just depends on the kind of video. Usually, sometimes I do hit a spot where it's like this video is going nowhere, so I usually have to take a step back, take a few hours off of just editing, or if not, edit the next day, and then I watch the video over again. It's like, oh, cool, this is fine. I'll just cut paste, edit. But like I said earlier, it just really depends on the video and what the video is supposed to be about. You know what I mean? Did I explain myself correctly? Or well,
Yeah,
more?
no. I mean, you explained it. You explained it fine. I think when it comes to especially like our videos, me and Tony definitely have like a vision on what we want, and
Mhm.
so far like the videos you've been producing for us are they're great. I mean, of course, me and you talk back and forth, and
Right.
Tony sends me his footnotes on maybe let's try this or let's try that. Let's try to maybe implement a little bit more feeling or whether more excitement,
Mhm.
just depending on what it is. I know me and you talk a lot more often than you and Tony do, but whatever Tony tells me, I usually relay the message to you.
Right.
um so like when usually like when I get to watch these videos, I don't really watch our own videos. I literally probably watch the first maybe like minute of it, and I'm like, okay, that's like it looks good.
Right.
um
So like you kind of like
and
skim through it in a way.
yeah, I kind of skim through it because I feel like it's kind of weird watching myself.
Trust me, I don't even watch my own videos, bro.
You know what I mean? It's just like I'd rather just do it and then let other people watch it. It's kind of weird watching my own videos. Like it's even like that with my own music, dude.
Mhm.
There's been times where like Tony's like, dude, have you heard? Like he'll listen to like our demos, and I'm like, dude, I haven't listened to shit. Like there's times where like I don't listen to any of our music because I feel like not that it's weird to hear my own stuff. It's just I don't know. Like I feel like if I listen or if I yeah, I feel like if I listen to our own stuff, I'm gonna want to change
Mhm.
a lot of things that I hear wrong with it, even though it's already set in stone, even though we went into the studio, I feel like the more I listen to it, I'm like, fuck, I could have made this guitar part, or I could have told Tony about like doing the bass different, or fuck, I should have done the drums different. There's always like a critique that I feel that it could improve and it could be better.
Right.
But so like I tend to like stray away from that. I'll listen to like our demos because that's the time where we could make changes and stuff. But after like the final product, I'm like, fuck, man. I try not to listen to it too much because like I'm like I should have done this or I should have done that, and it's always a back and forth. And like even Tony till this day, he's always try like through when we wrote Weekend. I wrote most of the demos and I would send it to Tony and he's like, all right, I'm going to change the bass, or he's like, we should speed up the song, or just depending on what it is. I don't know. How do you feel about the whole situation, Tony, as far as like the demos?
As far as the demos, well, I listen to them. I mostly listen to them to practice the songs right now because practicing from far away is hard as hell. You have to just practice with what you have. So usually when I listen to the demos, I just practice. As far as actually going back and changing, it's easier when we're together. Because then we can back each other up on doing one thing up. But if I'm by myself and writing music or writing demos, I'm like, fuck, I don't know where to go with this.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a given, especially like since we're so fucking far apart. I guess like because I usually practice our stuff to begin with, so I guess that's why I don't really need to like listen to the demos.
Right.
So I'm like always like practicing, and I'm always trying to improve myself as far as like keeping up with my vocals. I'll be fucking real with you. I haven't practiced in like almost like 3 weeks, so I'm sure my voice is shit. No fucking shit. But yeah, man. Oh, and I mean, and you were there for like our studio time. To tell us your experience as far as like being in the studio with us and what you think.
I'll be real with y'all. Being there like during the studio times, it was really cool, very fun. But just like y'all know already, like there's times where it's just like boring. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So like those are the only times that, like I wouldn't say I dread it, but it's just like kind of like well, what can I do now? Like I've got my shots, I got in a good amount of shots, but like I want to get more either way, so that's why I'm going to stay here regardless. Even then, there was times I didn't have it right, so I had to be there. But
right,
what's it called? Overall, I enjoyed the whole time because I experienced one, y'all recording it, and two, seeing Charlie do his thing. You know what I mean?
And yeah, dude, that's the way fucking the studio is, though, man. Like, and I think I related that message very strongly with the vlogs and stuff. I'm like, dude, this shit's boring. Like, it's cool when you see the end product, but like the process sucks. It's like just doing the same shit over and over, and it's like when Tony was struggling with his bass parts, when I was struggling with my vocals, it's just like we're doing the same fucking thing over and over and over until we get it right, and fucking sucks. Because like you hit a point where like, fuck, I suck at my own instrument, or fuck, I suck at singing, and you kind of get like, you get a little like, you get weak out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like getting in a box of mirrors and seeing how fat you really are.
Yeah, that's a really fucking good way to explain it. I mean, no matter how you take it.
Yeah,
dude, it sucks, dude. And like sometimes you get like a little unmotivated. You're like, fuck, like I do suck. And you try to like, you power through it. I mean, you don't have a choice but to power through it.
Exactly, especially when you have you paid the funds for it, so like you're there on time, on like time.
It's a lot of work too.
It's a lot of work, dude. We're there 8 hours a day, just depending, sometimes more.
Pretty much. I think there was only one time when we went at like around like 10 and we were out by like 4.
Oh yeah, I think that was the day of the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knocked those out pretty fast.
Have you worked with any bands?
Have I worked with any bands?
Any other bands?
No. As of recently, no. Or like since like I started working with y'all, not really. I've actually been trying to like, well, before all this fucking quarantine shit happened, I've actually reached out to one of my friends' bands because they also play Europe and all those other places. I was like, hey, do you want me to help you out with a few photos, maybe a little promo video or something. Usually they're like, no, we don't need that right now. So I'm just like, I get it without, so I just like,
dude, and here's where the shit talking comes in with this podcast.
Let's go.
A lot of bands are like that, man. A lot of bands are like that down here. That's why I feel like we're doing something different, because we're willing to put. I mean, it sucks sometimes because sometimes we can't always afford it, but we're willing to put up the money to be different. We're willing to do something different other than just, oh, we're gonna go play a show here. You want some merch? And that's it, dude. A lot of bands kind of suck down here, like in a way of like their attitude. I'm not going to be specific. There's a lot of bands that we respect and that we care about, but a lot of bands have that attitude, man, and it sucks. And I feel like a lot of them are like, oh yeah, support your local artists, support your local bands, but like you're a local photographer and yet they don't want to support you. It makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So when we're out here and we're trying to do something different, we could have gone with someone else that has been doing this for a long time and is actually really, really fucking good with it. You know what I mean? But us being so close here to the valley, like we're trying to do as much as we can to support everybody here, but for some reason it's fucking DIY or die, man. That's the band's attitudes, dude. It's DIY or die. And I don't even understand why. I feel like a lot of shit has been talked about our band just because we're doing something different, just because we're pushing the boundaries, just because we don't do it like, yeah, dude, like just because we're not doing it their way, or we didn't DIY. I don't even know what the fuck that means, dude. We've been a DIY since the fucking beginning. So people have shit to say about our band because apparently we're not DIY. And I'm like, the fuck does that even mean? I was like, we put up money to make our own shirts. We put up money to make our own stickers. We put up money to make our own videos. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how is this not DIY? I'm like, fuck y'all. I feel like I have a lot of resentment towards people like that, man. It's kind of annoying.
I feel you on that. I feel like there's a lot of what's the correct term for like egotistical or testicle people.
And not everyone's like that, dude. I'm not saying that all bands are assholes, and I do understand. Not all bands make a lot of money, and it's fine. They don't want the production. They can't afford to get their shirts done professionally, and but even then, like, I'm just like, what's the difference from making your own shirt or paying someone to do it? You're gonna end up with the same result. And we're fortunate enough to where me and Tony make enough money to do it another way. And I feel that, what's so fucking wrong about us trying to what's the word?
Taking the initiative.
So like the thing is, like, dude, everything that we do, everything that we print, everything that we make, it's from here. It's from like Edinburgh or from McAllen, or we're supporting local business. We're supporting local artists who make our designs. We're supporting you. You are a local videographer and photographer, and like we're doing what I guess the community, as far as like the music community wants, like, oh, support local everything. And we're doing exactly that. But for some reason, people have shit to say about us regardless.
Yeah. And when it comes to that, like, regardless, you're going to get shit wherever you go. You know what I mean? So
it doesn't matter to us, dude. It doesn't affect us at all, because we're still doing it. We're doing it anyways.
Right, exactly. And that's a good thing, bro, because like you said, you're pushing the boundaries and you're taking the band's business a step further, and eventually it's going to lead you to somewhere better. You know what I mean?
That's the plan. I mean, I'm surprised fucking Tony's not being more vocal about this.
Tony, say something. Go to
he's not drunk.
He's not drunk.
I haven't made a drink.
Go smoke a beer, bro.
Go smoke a beer.
I usually get more vocal when I'm like drunk or buzzed, but sober as a judge right now.
Well, you should have got any sort of beer, bro, because I have some Jim Beam and Coke right now with me.
You fucking alcoholic.
Leave me alone. It's not.
We started recording already. It's gonna take me a while. I have some ginger ale. you want to mix it with tequila,
Do it,
put
bro.
some lime in there, some
Ooh,
cherries.
that sounds good.
That sounds
I had it
delicious.
yesterday, dude. It kept me up till like 4 in the morning.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
that sugar could.
Yeah, dude. Fucking. So I watched 2 videos, each an hour long, about the analysis of Sonic Heroes and Sonic 06 for some fucking reason. I was just
Why?
up.
That's
Hey man, whatever
Floats
floats your boat.
whatever tickles your pickle, bro.
Hey man, I'm gonna go to Walmart with my ex.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Oh shit. At
I'm gonna
least
go
I
have a
don't go to
drink.
Walmart
I'll be
with my
back.
ex.
Listen here, bitch. I want to get my ass over
Oh
there.
god, dude. I told Tony this. I even tweeted about it, dude. One of my exes
Mm-hmm.
got engaged. I forgot when it was. I think it was like last week, dude.
Right?
She sent me a text, bro, saying, "Hey, like I need to talk to you. I really miss you and I really want to see you." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Didn't you just get engaged today?" She got proposed to, bro. And she fucking texted me the same fucking day. I'm like, "The fuck?" I was like, "Oh my god." I'm like, "Good luck to that fucking marriage." I was like, "Jesus,
Bro,
dude."
spill the beans, bro. What
I was like,
you say, man?
I
It
can't
really be
believe
like that.
fucking women. I can't believe women have the audacity to fucking do that, dude. I'm like, damn, dude, poor guy, man.
Speaking of which, bro. Okay, you know how fucking women always have this one thing that they always say is like, "Fuck, man, they're shit." It's like, girl, you're just as shitty as me. You know what I mean?
Not all women. Let's
Oh,
not try to discriminate here. We're
okay,
gonna fucking
yeah.
get our ass chewed up.
I know.
Not all
you know,
women.
that-
Some.
what I'm trying to mean is that there's equality all around when it comes to shittiness. Now, obviously, not all men and not all women are going to be shitty because I don't consider myself as a shitty person, regardless of my past. But it's about correcting yourself and growing from what you used to be and being a better person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I feel like, especially with me, dude. Like, I'm older than both of you. I'm not that much older, but I'm just enough. I'm shit. How do I word this correctly? I'm old enough to have like just a tad bit more wisdom than both of you, because like I've made a lot of mistakes and I've been that shitty douchebag. I've been that asshole. I've been that person that manipulates people. I've been that womanizer. I've been it's shitty to say, but like I've been that fucking person. And now like all I could do is like keep calm and cool, you know what I mean? Like I guess I was really hot-headed when I was younger for some reason. I don't know why, dude. I had, dude, my dick was so high in the clouds, bro. Like I was like, I'm serious, dude. Like I was like, I felt fucking unstoppable, dude. I got who I wanted when I wanted, and it's just like I just did whatever the fuck I wanted. I literally just did whatever I wanted. And then now growing up and learning from these mistakes and learning from what I did wrong, it's like it's hard to even picture that I was even like that. It was hard to picture me that, fuck, dude, I can't believe I used to be this dick. Like I can't even see myself like that. I joke around a lot, but
Right.
when I was younger, dude, I was really that guy, like to my core. I was that stuck up cocky asshole that, yeah, dude, I was a shitty person. So I feel you.
Sorry, guys. I'm like making my drink right now.
It's cool, man.
That's all good. You're good.
Yeah, bro. But I feel like I can resonate well with you, man, because I was the same way, bro. From middle school to like high school to the end of no, not even to high school, to like fucking not up until recently, but like up until like maybe like 2 years ago, I was the same way. My dick was in the clouds and high as fuck, and, up there. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and true,
Does
like
that mean you're horny?
no,
I don't
it
get
just
that.
means
Your dick is in the clouds.
as in like you were as in
Explain. Is that colloquialism?
no, like erectile dysfunction kind of high. No, like more like being like a fuckboy or just being too confident and knowing that you can get anyone that you wanted because you have that. I don't know how to explain it, but you get the point. You can have anybody you want if you just took the initiative and jumped the gun and do something about it.
Dude, that's what happens, dude. That happened to me in college, bro. Like fuck, dude, I was literally just surrounded by like women in my classes or whoever. Like, dude, and I talked to everybody and anybody, man. Like rejection, it's like, all right. I was like, who's your friend? If one girl would reject me, I'd literally talk to her friend, like the girl next to her, and then I hit her up, and then I start hanging out with her. And dude, I was a dick, man. And um, and this is like my early 20s. I was probably like, I barely turned 20, maybe 21. I don't even think I met Tony yet, to be honest. No, I didn't. I met Tony when I was 23, so I didn't even know Tony at the time. And yeah, dude, when I was in college, man, I would just like I was a dick, man. I still had to grow up roughly fast because I mean, I had a kid when I was 19. So when I went home, like I had to be dad, you know, I had to be the fatherly figure. And I never strayed away from that. But as far as like being away from home, being in college, like I was a dick, dude. I was an asshole, but I would always go home to my son and like be there for him and take care of him, play with him. We play video games and we'd bond and we'd run around in the yard and I just do dadly duties, you know what I mean? But as far as like me being away from him, dude, I was a dick. I was a complete dick, and it sucks to admit, but I was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tony barely entered me getting out of that phase. I was still kind of a dick, but like I was not nearly as horrible as I was when I first met Tony.
Right.
I mean, your friends were dicks too. So.
Oh yeah, and they fed my ego.
There you go.
Time.
That was the problem.
Big time, dude. I was like the alpha of the group, and they just feed my ego. Or I wouldn't say, yeah, no, I will say alpha. Fuck them.
Just say it, bro.
Yeah, dude, they did whatever I said, and they would hype me up, and they shit, dude. I mean, they were good friends at the time, but fuck them. I hope they're dead right now.
Full disclosure: we're not shitting people, nor do we think they're dead. Oh, nor do we want them dead.
For real, man.
What the hell was that accent?
Just to ease the madness.
Ease the madness.
This drink tastes like syrup.
For sure,
it's kind of weird because it's just a mix. It's ginger ale, it's cherries, like a shot of tequila, maybe a little bit more. I just eyeballed it.
Have you ever tried a sake?
Yeah.
I don't like it, bro.
No, you don't like it?
I'm not a fan of it. Nah, dude.
Not
a fan of it. Not at all.
I wouldn't say I like it, but I can tolerate it because it just reminds me of wine every time I drink it. which is the reason.
It's rice wine, dude. It's wine.
Oh shit! Well, fuck.
Yeah, it's a rice wine. So what you're tasting is wine.
Shit. Let me check that out.
I'm serious. It's a rice wine. I've taken sake bombs. Those I'll drink, but I won't just take sake up by itself. That shit's gross.
Yeah, I'm taking soju. Soju is good.
Yeah, dude.
It
tastes
like
it does.
Watered
it tastes
down
like
vodka.
soap. It's gross. It doesn't taste good.
Wait, are we all having drinks or is it just me?
No, I'm having a drink right now, bro.
Oh, by the way, I didn't do that shot for shot because I'm not an idiot. Or the push-up challenge.
Bitch, why not, dude? Martin did it. My friend did it.
Oh, I know. I
called
him out, but he's like, I'm not going to fucking do that.
Hold on, one person at a time. I don't know what y'all just said. All I heard was...
Okay.
Go for it, Tom.
I just ate an edible, and I wasn't down to take a fucking shot or do push-ups.
Oh, makes sense. Well, we got to do the push-ups sooner or later, because I'm going to tag you on one right now. Not right now, but like later on.
Ooh,
how about I'm going to do a shot for a shot plus a 10x10 push-up.
If you take a hit and do a shot and end the hit, I'll do that.
Bro, does it look like I have any fucking weed with me? No.
Yes, you're brown.
Dude.
My mom...
Oh my god. Tony just reminded me of something that we did at our friend Lalo's house. Oh my god. Those are good times.
Tell me, bro.
It's hard to remember those times, dude, because like I remember waking up, like I would fall asleep at his house and I'd freak out in the morning because I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? There's times where like I wouldn't remember the night like at all. And I'm like, what the fuck did we do? And I'm like, I would always have to talk to Tony or like our other friends. I'm like, dude, what happened? Like, the fuck did we do? And they're like, dude, fucking you and Tony were fucking taking shot for shots with Lalo, and then I don't know, dude, it was crazy. We had a lot of crazy nights at our friend Lalo's apartment. It was fucking wild. A lot, dude. We drank way too fucking much. Look, you think we drink a lot now? Oh no, like multiply that, bro. We drank so fucking much. There was a time where like me and Tony used to kill a whole bottle, and we'd kill like a 12-pack right after.
Sounds like fun,
dude. And like
we talked a lot of shit,
dude. And we talk a lot of shit, and we would like our tolerance was so fucking high, dude. It was so high. Like we would need to do that in order to get drunk. Like now it's like, oh, it'll take like maybe a few, mixed drinks and a couple of beers, and then we're like, all right, fuck, I'm kind of fucked up.
It's like, my liver.
Yeah, dude. But like back then, dude, we would have to finish the bottle, and then we have to like drink like beer in a 12-pack in order for us to get like trashed.
Fuck that, dude.
Fucking good times, dude. Good times, man.
Bad times.
Those are good fucking times, man.
There was on spring break, I went like on a binge last spring break, or it doesn't even matter. Last March, I think I was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, when I was like one of my last semester, and I didn't something didn't turn in right. I was so frustrated. Went on a fucking binge all week. For spring break, it was weird.
Tony called me back to back, probably about 3-4 days in a row. He's like, bro, I took an FML. He's like, and I got super fucked up. The next day, same fucking phone call. Hey, Brody, I took another fucking FML tonight. He's like, and I got fucking trashed. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Tony. And then, nope. Third fucking day, dude. Same fucking thing. Dude, I took my third fucking FML. I'm like, oh my God. He called me super trashed. I would love those. Dude, I was like excited to get those phone calls from Tony. Fuck, dude, they were so entertaining, and he'd make me laugh, dude. He'd make me. I was crying every time I was talking to him. Dude was fucking making me cry on the shit he would say. He'd be like, dude, I think I fucked up. I text so and so. I'm like, oh shit.
Every time I call this guy, I end up making him crack up. What did I do? There was one time when I pissed off one of my exes, and I texted him at night. And I'm like, dude, I think I pissed off my girlfriend. And I don't know why he thought it was funny.
Yeah, dude, I thought that shit was fucking hilarious, dude. It's kind of shitty, right? Like I'm laughing at Tony's pain.
Yeah, fucker.
But yeah, dude, that shit was fucking hilarious, dude. I just remember like talking to him, and we talked for hours, dude. I don't even know how this guy survived, but we'd be talking for hours. He's like, "Fuck, bro, I fucked up," or like he was like super fucked up. And we'd be talking, and he'd make me laugh for a good couple of hours, and then he'd fall asleep, and then he'd call me at like 10 in the morning. He'd be like, dude, I'm fucking hungover. He's like, I don't remember what happened last night. So I'll repeat what he told me the night prior. And I'm like, dude, you don't remember texting so-and-so? You don't remember fucking taking an FML? He's like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, I did? I'm like, yeah, dude, you called me last night. He's like, I don't remember fucking talking to you. I'm like, yeah, brother, you fucking called me last night, like admitting all this shit. And he's like, no fucking way. And then he'll like check his phone, and he's like, oh, fuck. Oh, he's like, fuck.
Tony, you're...
God damn it. Yeah, dude. And he'd wake me up, fuck, and I'd be cracking up. And I thought it was the funniest fucking thing.
Wait, can I add to that really quick?
Go for it.
Okay. So, Tony, do not hate me for this, but okay. I love you, bro.
I don't want to hear it. I would disconnect right now.
No, Tony, come on.
No, I'm serious. I would disconnect.
Okay. That's fine. But
I don't like hearing any of my drunk shit, which is a reason why I stopped drinking so heavily and hard.
Okay.
I do stupid shit. I look at my phone, and I'm like, how many people do I have to apologize today?
Yeah, dude, that's always Tony's thing. That's always Tony's thing. He's like, fuck, what did I do? Like, who did I text? and we'll talk about it we'll talk about it all the time. I'm never the one to bring it up, but he's always the first one to ask. He's like, dude, what did I do? And I'm like, you don't remember? He's
Yeah.
like, nah, bro.
So
And I'm like, so I'll always I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up whenever he brings it up.
Mhm.
But I usually it's like what Tony was saying. Like he doesn't like to hear it.
Okay.
So yeah, like I only talk to him about it when he talks about it because he wants to
I know
know.
this is a shit talking podcast, and I know the situation.
Other than that, like Tony's like, don't fucking tell me. He tells me the same thing, dude. He's like, I don't want to fucking know. I don't want to fucking know. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, you sure? I was like, shit's funny.
All right, Tony. Just because I respect you and I love you, bro, so I won't talk about it. All right.
I
If you say so. I need another drink.
Huh?
Oh, dude. Fuck, dude. What was I gonna ask you?
What's up?
Oh, no, I was gonna tell Tony, or I don't know. Have you seen the movie The Rocker?
Yeah.
Dude, we should do something like that, like on Skype.
That sounds horrible.
It would sound horrible.
I think if you just overlaid an acoustic under, or like a demo
dude,
under.
that I could do that. I could definitely do that.
That way, it's gonna look bad.
We could play along to an overlay of like a demo or something.
That's a good
That'd
idea.
be cool. We should do that.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Dude, you haven't seen The Rocker, bro?
The Rocker, the guy who's a wrestler?
No, dude, The Rocker. He was
No, not The Rock, but like it's a movie about a wrestler.
No.
No, dude. Do you know The Office? Have you seen The Office?
Yeah, a few times.
You know Rainn Wilson.
The main character is Dwight.
Right.
And in he's The Rocker. Dude, you should watch it. It's fucking hilarious.
The Rocker. Let me write that down. Where the fuck did my Sharpie go?
Yeah, it's called The Rock. Dude, it came out in like 2008. It's a pretty old movie. Dude, but it's fucking funny, dude.
Damn, did I throw my straw away?
No, I'll check it out, bro. Cause like, if it's a funny movie, I'll take your word for it.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious. It's because there's a part in the movie. There's a part in the movie where they're all separated, right? And the only way that they can practice is through Skype. So they all start jamming through Skype.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And he's like in the basement and all naked.
Yeah, he's naked.
Yeah,
that's The Rocker.
I fucking love that movie, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Tony, that we should do something like that, but have an overlay of like music.
Y'all should really do that. Tony will be doing.
That'd be fucking hilarious. I think that'd be fucking awesome.
Well, there's only two of you. Oh no, and Ben.
We could always use Ben. He could get a cajon.
Only two of us. Ben is in the band.
I just said Ben.
He could get a cajon and jump on that.
All right, let's see what this one tastes like.
What'd you do this time? Same thing or?
Same thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking say. You see, as an alcoholic, I've realized that I'm learning lessons, and one of them is not going balls to wall.
Balls to the wall.
Isn't that the same?
To the wall, baby. Balls to the wall. Yeah, dude, I think that'd be a really fucking cool idea. Dude, man, I hope all this fucking coronavirus just fucking leaves, man. So we could go to the beach, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude. Cause honestly, bro, this quarantine shit. Like, I get the reason for it. Like, I'm all for it, but like, it's been a week for me that I've been stuck inside my house. Obviously, I've been outside a few times, but like, I want to hang out and like do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, we're trapped in like our own environment and it sucks.
And like even at that, bro, it's like the fact that people are like fucking what's it called, having to leave their job without pay for 2 weeks, or if not losing their job entirely. That shit got me fucked up, bro.
Yeah, I need to look for a job.
You got affected by it?
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking awesome. There was like 70 cases up here.
Fucking shit, bro.
Ours is slowly growing. We have 9
But
as confirmed today.
Mhm.
the Valley is taking care of it, though. Austin still hasn't like quarantined
Really?
or anything. Yeah,
That
there's
is.
like people aren't even self isolating anymore.
Dude, there was a guy that we went to go buy. We went to like this beer shop, and Tony was explaining to me that a lot of like the natives there in Austin or in Cedar Park or wherever the fuck it is,
Uh,
that they have that like it's not gonna affect me. We'll be fine.
bro,
Like we're good. Dude, they have that shitty attitude, and Tony's like, just watch. He's like, all of them don't fucking care. That's all he was talking about, like all weekend when I went over there. He's like, yeah, dude, these fucking people don't care. So we went to go buy, we went to this beer shop,
uh-huh.
and I guess the cash register. We're just like, yeah, man, we're just buying beer. Fucking this whole virus is taking over. He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, we'll be good. He's like, I don't feel the need to quarantine. Shit's stupid. I'm like, oh. And then I looked at Tony. I'm like, man, this guy's not. Yeah, you're right. And I just looked at Tony. I'm like, yeah, you were 100% fucking correct.
It's like, get a load of this guy.
Yeah, I was like, this guy doesn't
Well,
fucking care. And I
Not
was like,
really, because everybody's like that up here. They
See,
don't care. 'cause
yeah, so
a lot of them
it was just
also
a
have
perfect
healthcare.
example of what Tony was saying.
yeah, bro.
A lot
Those
of them
guys,
have healthcare. They
exactly.
to
That's
them,
what
if I'm sick, I can go to the hospital. I know in the Valley, a lot of people aren't insured, so it's just I'm not gonna fucking risk getting sick. Up here, it's like, what if it happens? I already paid for it.
Like
I don't care.
over here, if you think you have the virus, you have to get referred by a doctor first. You can't just go like, give me a test. You have to
Mhm.
get referred first.
And even at that, it could be denied. But even at that one, if you were to get tested, bro, I'm sure they're gonna tell you like if you have the slightest like percentage of it, they're gonna be like, oh no, it's just the flu. You know what I mean? So it's like
One
they,
of my good friends
It could be
got sick,
anything.
and
Mhm.
went to the doctor. He took all the tests, came back negative, but he's waiting for COVID, and he had symptoms, or he had pneumonia from the stress because he works at HEB,
Mhm.
and the doctor was like, it's either one of these two things, but I can't treat the pneumonia because if I give you the steroid, it's gonna fuck up. If I give you the steroid and you do have COVID, it's gonna fuck that up. So from what he's doing, he's self isolating. He says he feels better, but
Mhm.
there's that whole uncertainty of not knowing.
Yeah, and even at that, there's been cases where it's like people have isolated themselves for 14 days already, and they like relieved from the symptoms, but they still have it and are still able to spread it regardless. And the thing is, just like they don't even know like how long are we supposed to stay in quarantine in order for it to like pass. They're just saying 14 days, which is kind of like a stressful situation because like we don't know what to do at this point. We just gotta stay in quarantine for 14 days and fucking just say, well, let's see what happens afterwards. You know?
Mhm.
I don't know, man, but the fact that people are just saying that like oh like it's not gonna affect me only because I'm fucking 21 years old or I have a healthy body regardless, but there's been cases already that people my age, your age, and Martin's age
You
have
say brother?
huh?
You say regardless, brother?
No, I did not. No, but regardless, basically people our age are still getting sick and some have passed away because of the sickness because it's not just gonna affect elderly people or people or babies that are that just came out or not they're 3 or 6 years old. We don't have that kind of so people are seeing it as sort of like some sort of how can I say it? Like luxury, I guess, that they feel like they're not gonna get affected, which is the wrong way to see it. You're gonna get affected
Well,
regardless, and you still have to. Uh,
people are stubborn
yeah, people.
for
You're still
different reasons. Like
exactly,
people in the Valley are stubborn. People in Austin are stubborn. People in the Valley don't really have protection as much. And
exactly,
Austin's such a populated area that it's so easy to get. People are fucking idiots no matter how you type.
exactly, man. This whole coronavirus shit is just a whole other scary situation, and we haven't done this since what 1913 or 14, because of the
No,
Spanish.
bro. AIDS. AIDS was like the last big one.
What AIDS?
Yeah.
Not even, bro. The 1913 was the Spanish flu. It was like I don't think it was worse than the Black Plague, but it was close
But
to it.
this no, but the Spanish flu like somewhat ended. AIDS is still going on.
I mean, yeah, I know
If
AIDS.
you look at like AIDS, the Spanish flu killed a lot of people at once, but AIDS is like it's one of the bigger pandemics too that still hasn't been solved.
That's
That's like
true.
I think the difference. AIDS is like still going on,
True.
but I'm only saying that because I was looking like at a graph of all the different viruses that we've had. The
Mhm.
last big one was AIDS,
The last fatal one
just
was AIDS.
because just because it hasn't been cured or anything.
That's fucking true. Now that I think of
It's
it,
like
that's
still going. Like SARS, Ebola, even this one, they're like minuscule to the Spanish flu and the Black Plague, but AIDS is still a bigger one in the last century. Besides that, in 1913, and AIDS, it's weird because it's a transmitted STD, like it's an STD, right? Or it's an evolution of HIV,
I think
some
so.
shit like that. Either way, it's like it's a different way to get it, but either way, it hasn't been cured. There's no cure for it.
And in order to get AIDS, it has to be like through like body fluids, whether to be like
And blood, yeah.
blood. I mean,
I'm sure that's what it is. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not a doctor.
yes. I think we all are.
So,
No, but
yeah, man. Are there any other bands that you want to work with?
right now, I kind of do want to work with like, well, in general, I just want to work with anybody who wants to accept my service. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that we jumped that conversation. It was getting kind of, ugh. But anyways, in terms of like my service and whatnot, I just want to work with whoever is down. You know what I mean? I usually want to start people with like a first time client kind of discount, and from then on, like I'll keep working with them. But a lot of people are usually like, "I work for you this time, and I won't call you up anytime." You know what I mean? Just to get that one
Yeah.
specific thing out of me. You know what I mean? And I've worked with several people already, but it was through online. They send me free shit, and I take pictures and do all this other shit. But in terms of working with bands, what's that band? I forgot what it's called. It's like a progressive metal band. It's just an instrumental band. It's like how Tony. You know the other Tony with a long beard?
No.
Antonio? No, he was.
Yeah, you know him, dude. Or you know of him because
He was in.
he dated Jess for a while.
Nope.
You like when you
Was
see
he with
him,
the
you're probably
Zora?
like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he plays guitar.
No.
In
Oh
Zora?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He was in the
Yeah,
band
okay then.
Shades.
Sorry, was that?
He was lead guitarist for In Shades for a while. I'm not sure if he still is, but regardless, I want to work for like In Shades. That band that Tony's in now is an instrumental band, and what's the other was that Riley they used to be seen in Kuda.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Riley and whatnot. I don't know. Like I said earlier, just regardless, whoever it is, I just want to work with somebody just to at least help them out, as they also help me out as well. It's a whole you help me to help you. You know what I mean?
Why
Oh
don't you hit
fuck,
up
dude!
Riley?
If you wanna expose yourself, right? Riley's probably one of the better bands because they're known. They're they're not like super well known, but like they're pretty fucking well known. I mean, they have over like 60,000 plays like
Yeah,
on each of their songs on like Spotify, and they're really fucking good live. So you get some decent exposure if you do.
hell
And
yeah.
don't forget to name drop the adult kids so we could go on tour.
I got you, bro. Regardless, but
Yeah,
you're
we'll
right on
try
that.
hitting up Riley if you
For
want to
what?
work with them. I wouldn't charge them though, because you're hitting them up.
I mean, whoever I like I said earlier, whoever I were to like work with, I usually give them like a first time discount, and if they would like the product or like the output, they can keep working with me, or if not, or do something like I do with y'all. I literally cut my my prices half. You know what I mean?
I guess every band's different, you know what I mean? Because like they're a super DIY band, so they book all their shows themselves.
Mhm.
They fund themselves, and they well, I
They have a,
don't
they
know
have
if
a
they
good head
self
on their
fund.
shoulders.
Yeah,
So
they do.
they know what they want. At least they know what they're shooting for.
Hmm.
So it's really what works for them. You know what I mean? It's what's convenient to them. Fuck, dude. If I had a month off from work, shit, I'd leave too.
Yeah,
I go fucking touring. I book all our own shows too, and
dead ass.
um, but unfortunately, my life's not like that. You know what I mean? Like I have a 8 to 5 job that I need to be there Monday through Friday. To support me and my family and my kid and even the band. You know what I mean? So it's really like the way it's really like my income is one of the main sources of income as far as the band, because I mean I have I have a career, I guess is what you could say.
Mhm.
I just need Tony to fucking pay off his school so he could use his degree for something.
Fuck school. Fuck them. Did I tell you that Lone Star called me?
Lone
Really?
Star.
Why?
Like Lone Star National Bank. They called
Uh
me
huh.
because
Yeah, you used to have them, right?
yeah, and I overdrafted and I owe them like a couple of bucks. And I was like, hey, can you take off the fee? Because I have the money to replace it, right? So I can square myself off at zero. And they're like, nope, we can't do that. It's like, what? You can't waive the fucking fee so I can get like at zero? I have the money. And they're like, no. And so I just left bank. And then yesterday they called me, or like a debt collector called me, and they're like, hey, is this Antonio Mata? And I was like, yep. And they're like, hey, so you owe $83 to Lone Star. And I was like, yeah. So would you like to pay that with cash or credit? And I was like, not cash, but like, how would you like to pay that?
Right.
I was like, I'm not going to pay that. And they're like, why not? Well, I'm unemployed right now. Why are you unemployed? Have you filed for unemployment? I'm like, yeah, but we're quarantined and I haven't gotten a check or anything. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. When are you going to work again? Like I said, I am quarantined. I cannot do anything right now. And then they're like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm like, all right, bye.
Bro, those people fucking piss me the fuck off, bro. Like legit. Like they're just doing it to
Dude,
fill in their own
well,
pockets, bro.
well, no, they're just debt collectors. That's their job.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
But
they're just doing their
like
job.
Lone
Yeah.
Star themselves, when I asked them, can you waive the fucking fee, the
Mhm.
overdraft fee, so I can get back to zero and pay the bills? And they're like, no. It wasn't even like, oh, let's see what we can do. It was just a, no, we're not going to do that.
Right.
So fuck them.
But okay,
No.
okay. When it comes to the collections people, okay, I get that. Like they're gonna call you regardless, because I've had people call me and ask me to, pay my debt and shit. But when it comes to like your bank asking like, hey, can you pay it off, or like you asking them, can you help me out with like just like waiving the fee? And obviously they said no, but it's like, why can't they give you just like a one time courtesy? You know?
Yeah.
That,
Well,
that's
Lone Star is a private, small bank, so I can see why they're fucking stingy as shit.
oh, okay. Okay, well, now you put it in that kind of context. I get that then. But
I
regardless,
mean, Chase helps me.
yeah,
If I fuck
exactly.
up, Chase will help work with me. But I think Lone Star is just a small ass bank
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't give a shit.
Sure that. No,
What were we
but
talking about? I think
also,
we've gone on a tangent. We've
yeah,
gone on
yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking tangent.
I mean, it is talking shit with the adult kids. But really quick, I'm
We've
gonna go
talked a lot of shit.
take a piss. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
No, you no.
I'm
What else
going.
would you do?
Please explain yourself on what you mean.
I'm gonna whip out the shaft, and
You
You have
mean
a
you're gonna
shaft.
whip out your one-eyed midget?
I'm gonna whip up my one-eyed monster in the restroom to release some fluids.
Hey, by the way, there's a new rule. When we do podcasts, we have to have a drink.
There you go.
So I don't know how we're gonna do that with our guests,
Okay.
but that's a rule.
Oh my god.
Is there anything
Go
else we
fucking
need to
take a
say?
piss. Hurry the fuck up.
All right, BRB. Here, enjoy some nice. No, never mind.
Don't turn that up. Don't turn that up.
Do not. Please don't.
I'm not. Hold on, I'll be back.
Because I'm thinking that we can just put a low fee background under the track? Because you're gonna edit this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you could edit this, and I could just add like one of our songs in the background and just loop it.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Fuck,
works.
man, we're making pretty good time. We're fucking about an hour in already.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck we talked about though.
Me
We
neither,
went on
dude. I
tangent
feel like
one.
every time, like this is the second time we do this. I'm like, I can't recall what we talked about.
No. But I think
Time fucking
podcasts are
flies, dude.
supposed to be like
I'm
that.
surprised. Like I could imagine why like podcasts are like almost 2 hours long. You lose track of time,
Yeah,
no
you just
matter
go
what
on a
the fuck you're talking
conversation with
about.
people.
Yeah, and you just lose track of time. What's it called? I guess the another topic that I wanted to go into with Jesus is his
His
I
porn
mean
addiction.
his porn addiction and his unexcessive masturbation problem. Because sometimes I'll be there with him and he just whips it out because he feels the need to jerk off in front of everybody. It's an addiction that needs to be handled, and I feel like this would be the podcast to handle that.
Yeah, so we have any listeners, call 1-800 Jesus is a dick. Donate.
And donate for his masturbation addiction.
Hashtag kids
Dude,
talking shit.
Dude, I was gonna tell you, the website lifted the limit to how much we could record. I mean, since we're on we just signed up for it. Like we have the
Yeah.
free version, but since since the whole quarantine thing, they lifted the whole how much we could record. So we have
Yeah.
like unlimited. So we should try to take advantage as much as we can to get as many podcasts while
As we
we're
can.
all quarantined. So we could just take advantage of the whole lift that they're doing.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget, guys, that our music will be coming out hopefully. Shit, I'm gonna go as far as say is like August at this point.
Shit, what's the date today?
Since
The
Don't
26th?
forget,
March, it's March, but we haven't even finished recording.
Oh, you
So-
said you get the harmonies, right?
we need a
I
lot.
still need to get the
We need a lot as far as
we,
vocals.
we need a lot done. But Charlie's gonna get for the ones that are done, which I think are about 4 of them. He's gonna send back to us real soon. So you should be hearing a single from us in about a month or 2. So we'll be dropping a single real soon.
You know what you should do, bro?
Hey, we just talked shit about you, by the way.
That's okay. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hear it.
major shit.
It's okay. I'll just hear it.
We were talking about your fucking masturbation addiction.
How did you know, bro? Fuck.
It's written all over your chest.
Yeah,
I masturbate.
I keep asking you because you wear a lot of black shirts. So I'm like, dude, what are those white stains on
Yeah.
your chin and on your shirt?
Listen,
And you're like, oh no, dude, I was just eating yogurt. And I'm like, okay.
funny thing, I was eating yogurt right now, and I am wearing a black shirt. Fuck you.
Of course, you're wearing a white shirt.
Is that yogurt fucking handmade or what?
For sure, bro. It was pumped by my hand.
Yeah, so we're going to be releasing a single real soon. We have Jesus writing a whole script for us as far as making that music video. Our first single that's going to drop is called Blue Wave. It's one of the songs that I would say that me and Tony are most proud of. It's just a song that we just immediately came up with together, and we wrote about a lot of things when it came to that song. But I guess it's what we would consider like our own. I wouldn't go as far as saying style, but it's something that you wouldn't necessarily hear nowadays. So it's a lot darker than our EP stuff, but still has a pretty good beat to it.
There's a lot of blech in it.
Blech. Yeah, man, it was a really interesting process because it was literally just something that me and Tony came up with, and I think Tony one day like he showed me a bass part, and it was like the intro to that song, and I'm like, I heard like as soon as he played it, I'm like, fuck, I hear something on the drums. So I remember like I told Tony, play it. I was like, just fucking keep playing it. And I was like, I started to like make a beat on the drums, and everything soon like it weirdly fell into place. Like it almost feels like we didn't even write it, to be honest. Like things happened so fast when we
Yeah.
wrote it, and it just instantaneously became like a banger, and we're like, fuck.
I wish we
'Cause-
would have kept writing during that little period instead of just being like, let's go record.
Yeah. And
It was a whole weird pause
we
between
try
being
to
like,
we try to record more material, and we wanted to release it sooner than later, but then we figured,
might as well release an
fuck,
album.
let's just release an album. Like I don't want to release another EP, and we're like, fuck it, let's just invest in another album. Like let's just make an official like adult kids album. So it was a weird time, and but yeah, I feel like if we were in that same mindset, if we would have kept writing,
Probably been
a
no
lot of
faster.
the shit that we wrote on this album would have been much different.
Yeah.
It's crazy to say, man. Well, Jesus, you're like one of the many few people that has heard
Many
that
few.
song. The many few, and I say many few because Jake knows it, George knows it, parents know it, my cousins have heard it. I would say like a good like 40 plus people. So many few, I guess.
I didn't ask a lot of
Sorry.
people.
But
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna fucking go out and brag about it, but I guess because a lot of like, I mean, I'm sure like even Tony's family has heard it and so on and so forth. But I guess from an outside point of view, that's not our family. How do you feel about that song? How does it like? How do you interpret it as far as when you listen to that song?
Blue Wave?
Blue Wave, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the song is very. I don't want to get it too into context because like I've heard it several times already, and I kind of like got the gist of the message behind it. All I can say right now is that like it's a good song. I'll tell you that for sure, by far. It's a really cool song, but like the meaning behind it's kind of like sort of sad, especially if you were to listen to it when it drops. Listen to it a few times. And try to fully understand what the meaning behind it is. Let's just say it's a little sad, can be a little bit dark, but well-rounded, very good song.
Yeah, man. It's like it's really hard to explain because like when we wrote it, like the lyrics came like so naturally, I guess what you could say, and
Right.
we didn't necessarily. I mean, we had a theme for it. Don't get me wrong, but it as soon as we wrote the chorus, that's when we figured out the direction it was going, and everything after that just came like super natural, and it was kind of weird to see how it like developed so fucking quickly. And the other two songs we wrote, they're more of like a pop punk type fucking sounds, but then you listen to this one, you're like, what the fuck? Is this the same band?
It's alternative.
Yeah, you're like, is this the same fucking band? And I'm serious because like you listen to the other two songs that we wrote at that time, very like pop punk genre. I mean, I wouldn't say in terms of like recent pop punk. I would say at least 2000s pop punk. It had more of that 2000 sound of punk music. And then we wrote this one is like it was like alternative as fuck. So it was a strange time when we were going through. But then again, like me and Tony were going through a lot of shit at the time.
Right.
That's when we were drinking like fucking crazy.
Gotcha bottles.
Oh yeah, dude. We were there at the beach, dude. We got drunk super early. It was like 5, bro. We started drinking. I was in the pool. Tony was like making these like margarita shots, and I forgot what else we were fucking dude. We were drinking like fucking crazy. I don't remember what we drank, but we got trashed.
Yep. I hit a lot apparently.
Those were good times, man. What's it called? I guess another topic that I wanted to bring up was your experience in music, man. Talk about your music background because I guess not a lot of people know that you're fluent in guitar and making music. So tell us your background in your music experience.
Let me start from the age of 6 years old. Just kidding, now, but
I'm gonna end this call. Bye.
once upon a time, not. I've actually started playing guitar when I was like, I believe 11, 12ish years old. It was mostly just like bling 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 bling, just whatever I could just come up with, right? But I ended up finding some friends who were good at guitar, and I was just like, so I want to be like that. So eventually, I just actually just learned by myself. To be honest, I picked up my cousin's guitar at one point, and I just started learning the song on the computer. To be honest, it went from you know that band Never Shot Never.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I started learning his songs. I think it was the first song I learned was like Trouble, aside from like the most iconic song La Bamba. That song. Okay, so those are the first two songs I learned. But then throughout the years, I was just like, I want to get better, and I started learning like metal songs such as Metallica. I tried to learn Raining Blood by what's it called? Uh, what's that band called? Pantera. I tried, but I didn't really progress anywhere from it because it's just too fast of a song. But and then eventually I met one of my friends in high school. He was very into like Era, the band that I showed you, Martin.
Which one?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, he showed me that band called Era, and then that opened up my mind to all like different kinds of genres, such as tech metal, fucking tech death, fucking progressive metal, progressive rock, and it's other shit, math rock, and I was like, this is fucking cool. Next thing you know, I picked up an electric guitar and I just started learning songs from all these bands, such as Era, Periphery, Chan. I tried learning some Dance Gavin Dance, but I stopped liking that band because I didn't really like them as much. And some other
Because they're shit. That's why. I fucking hate them.
I've seen them live. I'll tell you right now, they're not the best band live either. But I know there's people, who like them. Ben.
Oh my god.
Oh, this buzz is
Good
hitting
one.
me.
Shit. Just kidding. No, they're an okay band, but would I listen to them? No. But back to what I was saying is that I
What
wouldn't
were you
say
saying?
I forgot what I was saying. Shit. Nah, it's kidding. But yeah, I
Oh,
eventually.
tell me.
I'm telling
What
you
were you
right
saying?
now. I'm telling you right now.
Whisper into my ear. Tell me. What do you want to hear?
No, but yeah,
Jesus. Come on.
Tony, shut up.
Let me hear that saliva in your mouth. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Oh, that sounded pretty intense.
Quit your shit, dude. That's gross.
But back to what I was saying is that I got really influenced by people such as like Mark Holcomb from Periphery, Tosin Abasi from Animals as Leaders, and I wanted to be that good, so I went from playing an acoustic guitar to an electric guitar. Then went from a 6 to a 7 string, and now up until recently, actually no, I had an 8 string guitar before, but I recently bought one again. So yeah, that's a little bit sort of a short story of how I came to be as good as I am now. I wouldn't say I'm the best guitarist out there because there's people who are just like, I'm just like, shit, I can't do that. You know what I mean?
That's for sure.
So fuck you,
You
Tony.
stupid piece of shit.
Shut up, Mister. I didn't know my parts when I was recording.
You stupid piece of
Damn.
shit.
The gloves are off. I guess it depends, man. It depends on what type of guitarist you plan to be. I'm not a very fluent guitarist, but I try to be as technical as I can. So I just try to make as different guitar parts as possible.
Mhm.
It may usually be the same key, but I usually try to whatever riff I make. I always try to. The mindset that I have is like, okay, I could play this riff a certain way. I was like, how else could I break this down in order to make the same riff sound different?
Right.
So I come from a very simplistic way of guitar, I guess is what you could say.
Right.
So I'm always looking for different ways to use, I guess, not necessarily the same riff, but how to manipulate each guitar part that I play into making it sound either fuller or maybe more twangy. I guess it just depends, because like I've never been fucking interested in shredding or fucking soloing. It's not something that really caught my interest. I just want to try to create as much interesting noise that I can from the guitar. You know what I mean? And um and I feel like I could speak for Tony on this, because like he's much better at writing bass parts than he is writing at guitar parts. There's times where like Tony will he'll show me guitar parts, and I'll have to like manipulate them a lot, because Tony knows how to play cowboy chords really well, but there's times where like I have to translate that into like more of a punky sound, or depending on what route we want to take it when we're writing. But there's times where like Tony will start playing like killer bass um, notes, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, where did this come from? I'm like out of nowhere, and he'll make up these like really like weird sounding bass parts that are like they sound fucking killer, and I'm like, god damn, dude, stick to the bass. I was like, just write on the bass, please.
I'll just take the
I
root note
know he
from there.
yeah, it's because Tony always tells me that he has trouble writing when it comes to the bass, because he wants to make a song, so he writes a guitar part. But I always try to influence him. I was like, just write on the bass, just play it. I was like, because he comes up with really fucking good fucking bass parts. I'm like, god damn it. And like my guitar skills do not translate to bass at all. I'll tell you that much. I usually just follow the root note and like I'm done.
Right.
And he hates it.
Tell me your experience of Tony when it came to learning the bass, or at least any instrument.
Fuck you, I ain't telling you shit.
Why not, bitch?
This isn't my interview. This is yours.
Listen here, bitch. Right. No, but
it's
to add to your statement that about how you grew up in more of a like, I want to say like, well, basic terms of when it comes to playing, because I'm sure you do the whole like the punk rock. You're into the whole punk rock scene, and I'm sure you listen to grunge and whatnot. And what I always tell a lot of people when it comes to like playing guitar, ask me like, how do you manage to play like that, or how do you like what you do to learn this kind of things? And I'm just like, it's always from the basics, but always know that like being experimental or technical isn't gonna be the best, because doing less is always gonna be more regardless, because it's the way you approach to writing music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like, because me and Tony come from two very different backgrounds as far as like, I guess, music. I mean, we could relate on some stuff on the things we used to listen to, but you know, as far as writing, I think we talked about it on our last interview. So I'm not. I mean, on our last podcast. So I'm not going to get too into it. But like, we tend to fill each other's voids a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We 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 fill up the negative space, whether I missed it or he missed it when we write. So it's really interesting when me and Tony get together and we're in I guess, a good mindset to write. I mean, Tony showed me a song when I went up there to Austin, and he's like, "Turn this into something other than guitar. I mean, other than cowboy chords." So, I mean, because like, believe it or not, our song "Weekends" started off with him playing cowboy chords, and then I turned it into like a fast punk song. So, and it was I think oh yeah, you wrote the lyrics. I just added a little bit. But Tony came up with this whole concept about um, of writing about the weekend, and our album is called Weekends. So he showed me a guitar part, and he sang it, and I'm like, okay. So I was like, how could I manipulate this in order to make it closer to our sound? Because like I said, Tony plays a lot with cowboy chords, and he tries to set the tone with however fast he's changing chords.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, okay, he's playing in the key of, of C and then G. So I was like, okay, let me transfer that to a power chord, or let me make a lead part to whatever is going on. And usually when I come up with that concept, I really try to manipulate. It's not about just making a whole bunch of fucking fast songs. It's more about how could I make this the same song but different. And it's like I said, where I come from. Like, how can I make the same chords or the same concept of what's being played, and
So
how can I make it different?
yeah,
So that's what I usually do. It's like Tony will write really good songs. They just don't translate into our style as far as a band. So then that's kind of like where I come in, to where I'm like, okay, like the song sounds good, you know what I mean? But let me try to make this into somewhat more of our style. And um me and Tony go back and forth. I'll send him, you know, a one mix of a demo. He'd be like, okay, that's cool. He's like, what if we do this, or what if we add these lyrics? And then I'll take his footnotes, I'll redo it, and then I'll send it to him. I'll add a lead guitar, and then I'll add the bass, and then when we just build on it. And that's how it's been since he's moved out, and I mean moved out, moved away. So it's an interesting process. It's not the best of circumstances, but we still
It's
made it
not.
work.
We're hoping the next album we can just like
Yeah,
get a place and stay there for like a week at a time and record or like write.
yeah,
that'd be a good way to do
yeah.
it.
So like our next plan is to, well, we currently need a, well, we're releasing two demos today. And what's today's date? March 26, 2020. So we'll be releasing two demos tonight. And
Holy
those are
shit!
going to be
It's
a part
Thursday.
of
It's Thursday.
it's Thursday. It's Turd Day.
Why would you do what what Queen did, bro? Uh, they released a single. I think was it every week, if not every 2 weeks, or if not, I could be wrong, or every month, leading up to the full album, and then they have all the songs to compiled into one album. You know what I mean?
The thing
Yeah.
is with that is like we're not guaranteed to receive all these songs in a timely manner. So like it'd be hard to do that. So like let's just say we release Blue Waves, for
Mhm.
example, as a single.
Right?
I don't know when we're gonna get the rest of the songs, like at all. So
Yeah,
it's hard to do that because, you know, at this point it's all on Charlie. It's not really all on us anymore.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, yes, we still have to finish up the vocals, but it's really up to Charlie to how fast he could send us our first mixes, because um, just because he sends us the mix back
Doesn't mean it's gonna
doesn't
be.
mean that's, yeah, it doesn't mean it's the final mix.
Yeah,
Because me, like, I'll listen to our mixes religiously, and I'll be like, I want to change this, or I want to add a piano part here, or you know what, the bass sounds a little too loud, or the drums are too loud. So like, I send Charlie back all these notes, like, hey, lower the drums a little bit. Maybe the bass could be a little louder. The guitar is being drowned out too much. Maybe balance it out a little bit more, and and that's where it becomes a back and forth process between us and Charlie. So it really just depends. So like that's why I'm saying it's hard. Like it's hard to do something like that, because like just because he sends us something doesn't mean that it's done.
right. True that. True that. True. I get that.
So like Blue Wave, dude, like you're listening to a rough mix. It's just all he did was fix up the vocals, and he did no mixing on the drums, no mixing on the guitar, no mixing on the bass, no mixing on the piano, no mix, nothing. That's all dry. That's all straight from guitar to the software. That's it. So
And
I could only imagine what he can make it sound like after he takes his time, really
yeah,
editing and balancing everything out. So
yeah. So
um,
so
it's a process.
that demo you sent me, that was like what's it called? That's what Charlie did, right? Just to clarify it.
Yeah, with Blue Wave, I mean it. We recorded it, but
Right.
he just sent it to us because I wanted to hear it, and
Right.
without any edit, just so, because like we didn't even remember how to fucking play it, to be honest. and that's how it was. So I was like, fuck, and like I need to listen to this. I was like, and Tony too, and George, our drummer at the time,
Right.
so we could all like practice it. But I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird how the process goes, but it is what it is.
It
And
is what it is, bro. But the demo you sent me, and for all those who are listening to right now, that demo sounds fucking dope. Like I know Charlie only edited it, like tweaked it a little bit, but like I can just imagine how better it's gonna sound when it comes out. You know what I mean? So fucking stay tuned for that fucking Blue Waves thing to drop.
Yeah, and it's just a back and forth thing, man. Because you know, I never approve anything unless like I have like Tony's consent too.
Mhm.
It may seem like I'm more involved, but like really in the background, like Tony's doing a lot. You know, as far as like giving me notes, and you know anything that dude tells me, you know, I take into a major consideration, and we take it from there. It's a team effort, dude.
Mhm.
It feels
It's a
weird
good
because I
time.
feel like I'm talking like as if Tony's not here.
I know.
I'm right here, guys.
Well, fucking say something, bro.
Guys, I'm getting sleepy
Talking-
and hungry. This is a long podcast. Can we end?
It is a fucking long podcast. I guess what we could do is we could close it out with one last question. I guess in your experience as far as like being involved with our team, because you know, as far as we're concerned, you know, you're like you're an official member of the Adult Kids. You know, you may not play an instrument, but you have an instrument of your own to create. What would you like to see as far as like video content when it comes to the future of, you know, our team per se?
Excuse me. You know, honestly, I would just like. I feel like it's not what I would want to see y'all do in terms of like videos. It's just that it's more like how can I fucking say this shit?
Think about it. Think about it.
Listen, you're.
Breathe out.
It's more like it's not something that I'm expecting, but it's something that I feel like could help you guys out in terms of like you know expanding on social media, you know, especially like on YouTube and whatnot. Like I feel like things such as like playthroughs of your songs can help you guys out a lot more too, in terms of getting the people who are into like guitar tests, guitar covers, and all that shit. Because like, trust, I would know because I'm that kind of person who likes to watch playthroughs, and there's a huge community of people who like to watch playthroughs of people playing their songs, if not cover other songs too. So, in in the realm of just filmmaking and YouTube, I feel like y'all can uh, flourish and expand your band's business, and as well as get a lot more of an audience through both Instagram, YouTube, and as well as Facebook, especially Facebook. Nowadays, Facebook is like currently a lot easier to build an audience there than as far as YouTube. Because shit, I've been doing YouTube for fucking 4 years already. And look at me, I just hit 90 subscribers just yesterday, but that's my fault. but but like I said, it's I feel like y'all should experiment more in terms of uh, just pushing content out there. You know what I mean? Both photos, film, and like I said, YouTube and on Facebook and all that shit. Just do. I feel like y'all should do as much as y'all can to promote both the album and the band itself.
True, I feel you. Feel you, man. Well, dude, well, fucking thanks for being on here with us. It was a long fucking podcast, but it's our second episode, and we'll only get better from here.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for having me. And if anything, we should have more of these podcasts, bro. This shit's fun as hell.
For sure, man. For sure. I'm gonna go ahead and let Tony close this out, and we're gonna go ahead and end it here.
All right, guys. Well, we're closing out our podcast, episode 2 of Kids Talking Shit. Am I coming out clear? Oh, it's too late now. And we just had Jesus. We had Martin. Jesus Camacho, right?
Yes,
That's your
sir.
last name. Yeah, it's a fucking bullshit last name. But that's our last name. And Martin Martinez. Who knows what the hell we talked about? Because I lost track. I think we talked about COVID and Jesus.
Talked about the band.
We
Talked
talked
about Jesus, his
We
photography.
talked about singles. There's a lot that we
Talked about a lot
talked
of
about
things.
today.
we talked a lot about
Breaking.
a lot of things today. Yeah.
Breaking down everything, I think there was enough shit in here, and if someone wants to tune in for an hour and a half, someone will do it. Will it be me? Probably not, but somebody else will.
I'll be sure to share this podcast, whether y'all post it on Spotify or wherever y'all choose to post it. But I'll for sure share it all over my social media, because why not?
Oh, wait. Jesus,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
No, I'm kidding. Plug in your stuff, dude.
Oh, yeah. So if you guys are interested to follow me on Instagram, feel free to look me up.
Which
at-
one? I?
What?
What? Keep going.
Oh, yeah, make sure to follow me at Jesus_photography 0101. And if you want to follow me on YouTube or subscribe, I can't give you a fucking link for that shit, nor can I, nor do I have a personal
We'll
link.
put the link
Yeah,
on our
yeah, exactly. He'll
podcast.
put the link on the podcast. So, yeah.
Amateurs.
All right, guys. Sweet. Well, thanks guys for joining us. We're gonna go ahead and end it here. All right, guys.
Good
Catch you
night.
later.
Laters.
I love you. Say bye.